Hi, my name is Kurt Chowlitz, Director of Technical Portfolio and Program Management. Welcome to PMOh, where in just 5 minutes, we'll give you quick insights into the latest in portfolio management, program management, leadership, and AI. Let's jump in.
Oh.
Is this you? It's the end of the quarter. You're reviewing your status performance for the last 3 months. You're looking at your key performance indicators, and you have met or exceeded every single one of them. It is time to celebrate. Congratulations are in order. But if we were to ask your stakeholders how they feel, we might find that they are in fact becoming less engaged with your product. If we were to look at the finances, we might see that this product is now losing money. And if we went to the broader market, we might see that you're no longer as competitive as some of your other competition. So what's going on? We followed all the KPIs. We hit all the KPIs. How are we not meeting those end goals? Well, that is the difference between a KPI and an OKR. A KPI is an instantaneous read of where you're at in a project. Think of it kind of like a speedometer in a car. It'll tell you how fast you're going at that specific moment. But just like a speedometer won't tell you where you're going, neither will a KPI. It'll only give you an indication that that particular metric at that particular time is okay. And that's where the OKRs come in. Now, here's the interesting thing. A lot of companies are just now getting into OKRs. The problem is, some companies that are jumping into OKRs are using the original definition. And that is an objective and a key result. So, for example, let's say that the objective in that car with the speedometer is to get from one place to another. The speedometer will tell us the speed that we're going so that we know that we're going to get there on time. But the objective is to get to a particular destination. That would be the O in the OKR. The key result would be actually arriving. The problem is, it turns out that's still not going to get you where you need to go. It'll get you to the restaurant, but why did you go to the restaurant in the first place? What was the reason? And that's what was left out when people first started with OKRs. So, over time, the O in OKR evolved. And today, we use outcomes and key results. Let me show you a little demonstration of how that would work. As I said before, you have a car with a speedometer. Now, let's say that Terry has a very important date with Michelle. He goes to the hotel to pick her up. Once they get into the car, Terry sets the GPS to the restaurant. Along the way, he looks at the speedometer, the key performance indicator, so that he knows that he's going at least the speed limit, so he'll arrive at the restaurant on time to make his reservation. That would be a success. He uses the GPS to get from the hotel or from the apartment to the restaurant. So the GPS navigates him. That's his objective. He's reached his final destination, the restaurant. And so we could say now that the outcome is that he gets to have a wonderful romantic evening with Michelle, his date. But OKRs generally should go a little bit beyond. In other words, you want them to kind of stretch, at least one or two of them. And so in this instance, Terry has a special little OKR of his own. This particular dinner is where he's proposing to Michelle. And congratulations, she said yes. Now that is an outcome you can remember. You can use these same principles in your business. Apply your KPIs to look at your instantaneous change of any metric for a project. But remember that it's not going to get you the outcome you need. For that, you need an OKR. You need an outcome. And you need a key result that's measurable. And I hope that you have wonderful success, just like Terry. This has been Kurt Chowitz for PMOh. Have a good day. I'll see you next time.